Hey guys, what is going on? I'm Alpha, coming at you guys with a brand new team breakdown video for the Layton Lombres, our first opponent in this week of the draft league. If you guys are pumped to see what we draft, how we draft, everything about that, don't forget to smash a like on this video and subscribe for more content. So, what the plan is going to be is I'm going to explain the Layton Lombres team kind of pretty quickly, not too much description, go into what he has, some moves that I definitely could see him bringing, the Pokemon I could see him bringing, and then the Pokemon that we drafted. So right now, a timestamp should appear on screen telling you guys when to fast forward to so you guys can see our team if you guys don't really care to hear about what Coolio or Coolio Master, aka East Layton Lombre coach, drafted should be on screen right now. Alright. So first Pokemon that he has, though, is a Celesteela. Now, Celesteela is a Steel Flying type. It is very bulky with a really decent stat spread with almost hundreds in everything except speed. So let me just pull up Celesteela stats for you guys, too. So on screen right now, you'll see he has an amazing attack and special attack and defenses and HP. Only problem is it does lack a little bit in speed, which is hopefully going to be beneficial for us. Its only weaknesses are fire and electric, but with us having mainly a rain team, it's mainly going to only be leaked to electric, though. It does have access to amazing moves like Earthquake, though. It has Flamethrower, it has Seed Bomb. He could bring a special set, he could bring a physical set. He could just say, screw it, I want to bring something bulky and stally. He really could do a lot with us. Next up is Mimikyu, Ghost Fairy type. Disguise ability I definitely could see being very annoying because, if we hit it with something hard, it will not do anything to it. But it's only weak to Ghost and Steel, which is really awesome for it, I'll be honest. It's got amazing attack, got amazing special defense. Its, special attack isn't really all that great, and its physical defense could be better, but it is still an amazing Pokemon. It has access to Wood Hammer, which is a very heavy recoil move, which I believe does 50% of the user's HP. It has Play Rough with him having the Barium Z. Play Rough could definitely be a big threat to our Como-O, our really anything weak to Fairy. I can't really think for some reason. But, it does have access to some other interesting moves like Leech Life. So, he really could bring anything on that Mimikyu. So, next up, he has a Hawlucha, a fighting flying type. Hawlucha pretty much is going to be nerfed in the rain with us here. I don't really see this thing as too much of a threat, but I am prepared for it just in case of it being brought. It does have an amazing attack and a phenomenal speed, which it's almost 120. On top of it having the Unburden ability as one of its three main abilities, it could literally just have any berry and then eat the berry. It will be really great. So he does have access to Flying Press, which is the first ever dual typing move, being fighting and flying. He does have access to Sky Drop. He has access to Bounce. He has access to Aerial Ace. And he's also got access to some other good moves like Detect. So if you just want to bring something to kind of see what we're doing, he could bring Bulk Up. I think he gets Swords Dance, but I may be wrong. Yeah, it gets Swords Dance too, which is also a big threat, raising its attack even more. Gets access to U-Turn, X Scissors, so it really does have some amazing things he could bring with that. Next up, we have this Mega Aerodactyl, which is going to be something really interesting to see. It has amazing attack and speed, very heavy hitter with moves like Iron Head. It has the Elemental Fangs, it has Wing Attack, it has Iron Head, so he really could bring a lot in this. I believe it gets Rocks, so he could bring this thing to start setting up on us too, or not with, he could bring this thing to start damaging us with Rocks and all of that. But, he does have a lot of options with this thing, on top of it being Tough Claws, so any physical move it brings will do even more damage, making this thing really interesting to see. I am prepared for it, though, in the event he does bring it, which I honestly don't see him bringing too much due to us being in the rain, and rain is not really its friend at all. So, next up on his list here is Klefki, a Steel Fairy type. Usually I see Klefkis as stealth rockers and other things like that, but it does have a pretty diverse move pool. Its defenses are pretty good for it. It has Prankster, which is the main reason people do use it, so then you can Prankster Stealth Rock or Prankster Spike, I believe. I think it's Spike that it gets, not Stealth Rock. But he could do stuff like that. He has defog too, which is another great thing with Prankster. So he really can be a great status, or not status. I keep on saying that. He could be an entry hazard threat for us, but it does get access to amazing special moves like Dazzling Gleam and what is it, Flash Cannon. I was about to say Fluor Cannon, but that's not its move. So this thing really would be interesting to see. I definitely do see him bringing something like that though for setup. All right, after this was Celebi. Now Celebi is kind of like a glass cannon style thing, even though it does have all around amazing stats, being 100 completely. It is really weak to Bug, and Bug is a really fun thing to bring. It has, what is it, 9 weak? Wait. No, it has 7 weaknesses, which is a lot for any Pokemon, honestly. So Celebi could be getting hit pretty hard and not see it coming. But, it does have access to some amazing things. It can Perish Song. It can Leech Seed, so it can start stalling on us. I don't think it gets something like Whirlpool to keep us in. It may get Mean Look, but I might be wrong. Doesn't look like it does, so he could Leech Seed us, so he could Magical Leaf. He does have access to like Dazzling Gleam, like earlier. He has access to Energy Ball. He has access to Psychic, Shadow Ball. So he could be hitting us with some pretty hard stuff. But it does have access to things like U-Turn, so it could be hitting us physically. For the most part, though, it is a special attacker. You don't see too many physical sets. But, you have to expect everything at the most part. After this, though, he did bring the Moonduck Cresselia. I always call it Moonduck just because, look at it, it's Moonduck. So this thing is really bulky, especially on top of having Levitate 2 being another great immunity for him to Earth Power moves or Earth type moves. It has access to moves like Psycho Cut, though. It has access to Aurora Beam. It has access to Psychic and Moon Blast, which are some powerful moves. So, yeah, I'm trying to keep thinking, keep on going and all that. So, after Cresselia here, he has a Araquanid. Now this thing, I definitely could see him bringing, on top of it, us being in the rain. So Araquanid really would be pretty buffed. It has an amazing special defense. I remember using this thing when I'm battling some of my friends, and it can be a really annoying Pokemon, especially with an Assault Vest on it. Its special defense cannot be touched. And I think it can be just about as bulky as Blissey, if I remember right, if you build it right. So it has access to moves like Leech Life for that recovery, on top of it being Stab, Bug, so it can be interesting. It has access to Liquidation, it has access to Bite. It does have access to entry hazards, though, being, where is it again? Well, I can't remember what it's called. I thought it had access to Sticky Web, but I might be wrong. I thought I had Sticky Web. I can't find Sticky... Yeah, alright, never mind, scratch that, cut. Oh, it has access to Spider Web, though, which is really good. Make sure the target can't flee. I don't really see him bringing something like that. But, like I said earlier, expect the worst. It has access to Mirror Coat, which, honestly, that could be scary. I will not lie. I have some amazing special attackers on my team, so him bringing, like, a Mirror Coat Araquanid would not surprise me at all. Alright, though. So, after that, Araquanid, we have Alolan Marowak. Now, Alolan Marowak, I really don't see him bringing at all, because, it's going to be nerfed in the rain. Like, it's got an amazing defense, but, it doesn't have the greatest special defense. On top of it being in the rain, it really won't do much. But he does have the Lightning Rod ability, which is really good against my Raikou. So if I bring Thunder, Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, anything like that, he could just switch into the Alolan Marowak. But, he does have access to its own amazing physical moves, being like Bone Rush, Flare Blitz, Stomping Tantrum. I believe he gets EQ, which can be terrifying. So we really do not know what to expect if he ends up bringing this. But I do know that if he builds it right, it could be very terrifying to see. Alright, after this now, we have a Ludicolo. I think he kind of picked this because, it's his mascot. Because, the Lombre. So, Ludicolo, though, Grass Water type. It's kind of bulky. It can take a hit, definitely, from some moves. It has Swift Swim and Rain Dish, which are both amazing in the rain. So, Swift Swim doubling its speed, and Rain Dish healing it 1/16 of its maximum health every single turn. It does have access to moves like Energy Ball, which is an amazing grass stab move. It has access to Scald and Surf, which are amazing water moves. But it does have access to moves in the physical side, like Waterfall. So I definitely could see him bringing this, especially with our team too. It would be a really good bulky staller. It's only weak to Bug Flying and Poison, so, That's another thing here. It doesn't have too many things I can do to it because I don't have too many poison types. Unfortunately, I didn't get anything. I was considering Arbok, but I'd much rather have other Pokemon here. All right. After this, though, he does have a Regirock. Regirock. Oh, I cannot speak. But, Regirock is a very big boy. Let me pull up his stats for us here, too. He has an amazing physical defense, which is why if I end up seeing him bring this, I'm going to have to make a special attacker work. I did make a special attacker for it because I really do expect it. It is an amazing, first of all, Explosion can be terrifying if he uses it right. It does have access to Iron Defense, Stone Edge, Superpower, so its physical moves are on top of its game. But, it is very weak to Water, Grass, Ground, Fighting, Steel, and there are some really good special moves of that type which would be super effective on it, basically. Hopefully, I could see him bringing it. I would like to see him bring it, honestly. That would really help us if he brings it because it is not the absolute bulkiest Pokemon he could bring. And it does kind of counter some of the Pokemon I plan to bring. Alright, after this, though, is his last Pokemon, which he redrafted. So I don't know if he's going to bring it, but he does have it. So just in case, he does have a Lapras here. Now, Lapras is a really bulky mon. It has 130 HP, so this thing would take forever to take out, especially if he builds a very defensive, bulky build on it. It has access to Water Absorb and Hydration 4 abilities. So Water Absorb heals it for 1/4 maximum HP if hit by a water move. So me having Rain, he definitely may bring this thing just to make sure that he has something to counter my water types. He does have Hydration too, which will heal any status in the Rain. So basically, I cannot Toxic it, I cannot Poison it, I just Toxic and Poison are the same thing. I cannot, Thunder Wave it, though, I can't burn it, so I don't really plan to do that. He does have access to moves like Ice Beam, though, and Hydro Pump, Water Pulse. You really see this thing as a special attacker rather than a physical, but, like I've always kept on saying here, you have to expect anything. So, now we're going to go into who I brought, why I brought them, and how I could see them being really good counters to his team. So, the first Pokemon we brought, kind of as expected with our team being based around it, was Nigel the Pelipper. He is going to be a bulky set. That's kind of how I decided him to be. 252 in its physical defense, 252 in HP, and 4 in its special attack. It's not really there to do damage as much as it is to kind of help us out with other things. It has access to Defog and Roost. Defog kind of being there to get rid of any kind of rocks he wants to place down in case he does bring rocks on Regirock, spikes on Klefki. He has access to Roost to make sure he can heal. He has Hurricane, so Hurricane, good water, or not good, it's good flying move in the rain, which is really good against his Araquanid, even though it is special. It will do something rather than nothing at all, and U-turn just to get us out of there. Next up, oh wait, I just realized, also Damp Rock, so rain is extended for 3 turns. Now we have Nacho Libre the Reiko, holding Leftovers as his item, ability going to be Pressure, and this is a bit more of a special attacker, but it's kind of a sweeper. I kind of built it to be a little bulky to take a hit, but also be able to deal damage. So maximum special attack it can have. It has a modest nature on top of it. So this thing's special attack is through the roof. It is going to be able to do something to him, especially with us bringing Thunder or Sphere on it. So 2 amazing special attacking moves on top of it having Calm Mind. So its special attack and special defense are both raised by 1 stat every time I use it, and Substitute, so we can kind of stay in there longer, stall out a bit more if needed. I think that's everything I can explain on him. So I really do hope that he brings something like his not Celesteela, Celesteela. I was thinking Cresselia for some reason, but I do hope he brings his Celesteela for this mainly, because I did bring Thunder on top of it being in the rain. I know this will counter a lot of his team because he does not have any ground type Pokemon. So now we have Kevin the Durant. That was a nickname I decided to give him, with the Hustle ability and the Zoom Lens. Now the Hustle ability raises its attack to, I believe, 1.5, but it lowers accuracy to 0.8. So the zoom lens is kind of there to help counter that, being it raising accuracy by 1.2. So accuracy for the most part is about 96 if I remember right. So we do have a very small chance of missing, but it is something that may happen. Just to make sure that doesn't happen, I also did bring hone claws on this thing, so accuracy can be raised by 1 stage every time I use it. So we brought Iron Head and Bug Bite, both being some good stab moves on it. Iron Head good for the flinches, Bug Bite good for the kind of taking berries, and we have Protect, just because I didn't know what else to bring on it. This may change depending on what happens. I definitely could bring Shadow Claw though, and that would be very useful too. Yeah, it is a very physical sweeping style, so maximum impact with an adamant nature. So it's got a powerhouse of attack. It's got 252 speed and 4 special defense, just so it can take a bit more from special side because it has a terrible special defense. Alright, next up we have Digiduck the Porygon 2, holding the Eviolite to max out special defense, basically. It's going to be able to take a hit from anything, so I really do hope you bring something that is really good special because I can switch into it. We have the download ability to help raise whatever defense is weaker, so I'm definitely going to be switching this thing into weaker special defense Pokemon, so we have the +1 special attack. But we do have Return, Protect, Pain Split, and Toxic. Yeah, it's kind of just there to be annoying, I'll be honest. So Return being the really good physical move, being Stab on top of it, I'm going to be able to do 102 with it having the 255 happiness. So this thing will be able to hit heavy. I can't speak, I don't know why. But we do have Protect on it, kind of saw it, see what he has. We have Toxic on it. No, Toxic being really good to help whittle down the Pokemon's HP. And we have Pain Split for our healing on top of it too, so we are really going to make sure that we are fully healed. We have 244 HP on top of it, so when we do Pain Split, it will even us out more, so we will be very bulky. And we do have a 252 special defense on top of it being a Careful Nature, lowering its special attack, raising its special defense. And yeah, that's basically him. Next up, we have Spike, the Lycanroc Dusk, holding the Stone Plate so it can power up rock-type moves, with its ability being Tough Claws, basically raising its physical attacks that actually hit Pokemon by 33%, so it will be able to power up those moves. We have Stone Edge and Fire Fang to be our physical attacking moves, but we do have Swords Dance to raise our attack on top of having Stealth Rocks, so we can have some kind of an entry hazard to help whittle down its HP a little bit more every time he decides to bring something in. Yeah, and it's got an amazing physical attack on this set, being 252 with an adamant nature. It has 48 in its physical defense, 52 in its special defense. I was kind of debating putting that all in one set, or if I wanted to spread it out a bit. So I decided I would spread it out a bit, just kind of see how that would work out. And then 156 speed. I was also debating on bringing a Cell Rock on it, and rather than Fire Fang or Stone Edge. I don't know which one I would get rid of, but I thought, I kind of decided I'd rather be able to hit him harder than hit him a lot. So last up though, we have Grape Soda the Kingdra with the Waterium Z to power up its move Surf, with it having Swift Swim, so we are going to be able to do a lot when we enter in here. We do have Hidden Power Ground to worry about the Steel type Klefki, because like I said earlier, I definitely see him bringing that, but it is also good for any other Pokemon that he wouldn't expect me to bring it on. We have Dragon Pulse, Surf, and Flash Cannon also being some great moves. Flash Cannon helped me worry about the fairy types a little bit better. Hopefully we can outspeed a Mimikyu. I didn't exactly run. I believe we would outspeed a max speed Mimikyu. I might be wrong on that. I know we definitely wouldn't outspeed it if it is Scarfed though. But yeah, like I said, maximum speed that we can, timid nature on top of it, so its speed is even faster, and having a maximum special attack, with the other 4 just being special defense, just so we can take a little bit of an extra hit in that special side. Alright, and that is our team. Yep, so there may be some changes in the meantime. This video is going to be going up the day of the battle, so there may be something small different. Right now the plan is Wednesday, this is being recorded Sunday, FYI, so there is a chance the moves might be changed if he decides to undraft Pokemon and change them within the meantime. You never know. So that is our team breakdown. So if you guys enjoyed, do not forget to smash a like on this video. Every like helps to support us win. Comment down below if you guys think there should be any changes at this point. Unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to read them in time, but, let me know what you guys would definitely have done with our team. Now, with that out of the way, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Alright, post-production Justin here. Unfortunately, we did run into an error when battling. My battle stopped recording midway through, so unfortunately I only have the replay of the battle, which is like 6 minutes, but the original battle was over half an hour, so yeah. At least you guys get to have it pretty quick. Enjoy the awesome battle music.